Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here to talk about The Perfect Match Season 3 finale. I just watched it this morning. I have to debrief my thoughts. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and remember to hit subscribe. Go subscribe right now. Thank you. Okay, Perfect Match Season 3. First of all, Juliet, you deserved that. I love Juliet. She is so funny. When she said to the confessional, she's like, Rachel stole my man, I'm ready to steal hers. When she came back for the girls' day, I was dying. Juliet had me crack up all season. However, when it came to the end of the show and she was indecisive about wanting to choose Scott or Carrington, and she clearly was like playing both sides and like talking shit and like being so messy, I feel like she just kind of like shot herself in the foot, and it was almost just like poetic justice that Carrington and Scott compared notes and were like, nah, we're done with this. It's like the end of the game. Like, Juliet, you got to pick a partner. If there's not a vibe, this is not like happening anymore. So I feel like she deserved it as much as I love her, and it was so funny when Scott and Carrington walked out. Then we came down to our final 5 couples. Freddie and Madison, they went on their date in the caves, and that looked so sick. Freddie is such a nice guy. I feel like we started to see him open up a little bit more. Also, check out my interview with Madison on my page, on my YouTube channel. You guys got to check it out. And they were one of the final few couples, as well as Rachel and Ray. Of course, Lucy and Daniel. That's 3. Sandy and Louie, and AD and Ollie. And what happened was everybody who was eliminated from the house basically came to be the jury, to confront the issues, to expose people, and ultimately they were going to have a say in who won the free trip to wherever they want in the world. Let's talk about this prize for a second. Like, it's not even like a money prize, because they're all getting paid to be there. They all get paid a different amount. Maybe it's a day rate, maybe it's a season rate, based on their notoriety, what shows they've been on before. So the prize is just crazy how it's just a free trip, and the bragging rights of being the winners of Perfect Match. That definitely goes a long way in the media world to have that like title. So everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be the perfect match. And the way to be the perfect match is basically to prove that you are the most genuine, real couple who's overcome some hurdles and actually has a shot of making it in the real world after this. And I thought everybody was going to vote based on the final 5 couples for the 5, because that's what they've done in the past. Instead, Nick Lachey threw a wrench in the plan, and he was like, actually, we're going to do one more compatibility challenge, and if you get a question wrong, you're out, and then the final 2 couples, everybody will vote for. And I didn't really like this because I didn't see it coming, but also I'm like, wow, like who knows where the vote would have went in all those different directions. And like maybe that's why they did it like that, because who knows like if it would have been a tie. Like I need to see who voted for who, and like I'm gonna ask someone on the show, because like, was it rigged? Lucy and Daniel won, okay? Lucy and Daniel won the show. Like, what? I feel like once they got down to the final 2 couples, it was Lucy and Daniel and AD and Ollie. I thought AD and Ollie were a shoo-in to win. I thought that their connection was so strong from day one. Obviously, they had that Justine stuff, and Justine was like really clear. She was like, AD, you're my girl, you deserve the best. I just don't think he's it. And seeing her say that is crazy, because where we are at in real time is that AD and Ollie, which we saw on the finale, they got engaged and they got pregnant. And they're still together, living in LA, and they showed up to the Netflix event together last month. So they're the only couple still together from the show. We saw that Lucy and Daniel, while they won, they broke up a few weeks later. So I don't even think they took the free vacation. Like, AD and Ollie should have won. I'm kind of shocked that nobody voted for AD and Ollie. We saw like a couple people in the boardroom vote for AD and Ollie. We didn't really see anyone vote for Lucy and Daniel besides Louie, who seemed to be doing an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I need to know who everyone voted for and if these numbers are legit, and I'm sure the cast will all tell each other and talk. So if there is a rig in the system, because it just, like, how did people vote for Lucy and Daniel? Daniel disrespected her on that boys' day, like kissing other girls, and like it just felt like he would get mad at her for stuff, and they were fighting a lot. Like, they just did not seem compatible. I think that maybe because they're both from England, does that matter? Like, but AD said he was moving to LA, and he actually did. Like, AD and Ollie should have won. And I would have been pissed if they won because, like, that's such a spoiler because they were already announcing their pregnancy and engagement before the show, which got fans so annoyed that, like, they were, like, spoiling that they were still together. But at this point, like, after watching the season, it's like AD and Ollie had the strongest connection, and that's proven in real time. I think it would have been better if AD and Ollie won the show. They put it out faster, and then there was, like, a surprise reunion at the end. AD and Ollie are pregnant and engaged. Instead of, like, all that press and all those announcements coming before the show airs, like a year in between. So they totally need to figure it out. I know that they're casting for Perfect Match Season 4, and they're going to film it in, like, October. And I've heard that they're doing another show where they bring people from different networks, kind of like this one. So hopefully they get it out faster and there's a quicker turnaround time, because I kind of feel like that messes with, like, the enjoyment of, like, what's going on. I do want to know what's going on with Freddie and Madison. So they're definitely not together. I really couldn't ask Madison about it on my podcast because I interviewed her days ago, but I know that they're not together. I don't know why they're not together, what happened, if they tried to make it work. We know Lucy and Daniel broke up, which is, like, so annoying that they won because they shouldn't have won. They were not the strongest connection. I love Lucy. She's so cute. Rachel and Ray definitely are not together, but I feel like they're still talking, maybe, and, like, probably still have, like, a banter. But the Freddie and Madison stuff I think will be interesting. And then the Sandy and Louis stuff is going to be tea. And I know Sandy is going on the Viall Files next week on Tuesday. She was just on it this week and I listened, but she couldn't really talk about Louis. But she's got to be pissed at Louis, right? I mean, who knows how they ended up breaking up and what happened. Maybe they're just friends now, but Louis is, like, on a carpets with Huda from Love Island. So I don't know. She defended him in the end, and Sandy was like, listen, like, Louis has been honest with me the whole time. We're on Perfect Match. He's kissing other girls. This is not stuff that I would maybe tolerate in the real world, but this is stuff I'm going to tolerate on Perfect Match. So I feel like Sandy did a good job of, like, holding her own. And, you know, Louis, he was so worried about, like, everyone thinks he's the bad boy and the player. But it's like, you literally are being the bad boy and the player. So just own it. Don't come up with, like, all these excuses about how you're, like, misunderstood. Like, just be like, yeah, I'm a bad boy and I'm a player and, like, I'm living life and I'm on a Netflix show. Like, he should have owned it more. And, like, that's why Harry Jowsey is, like, so iconic in this space, is because he, like, is so, like, he just wears it on his sleeve. And he's doing a dating reality show called, like, Let's Marry Harry. Would you guys apply to that? Would you apply to a Bachelor version with Harry Jowsey? It's going to be so good. I love Harry Jowsey. I'm a Harry Jowsey fan. Okay? So that was pretty much the show. I think it would have been so much more interesting if a few couples were in the top 3. Like Sandy and Louis, would they have gotten votes? Would Freddie and Madison have gotten votes? I really want to know who every single person voted for. And I also know that they're doing a YouTube video on Netflix. It'll be like a Where Are They Now YouTube video. They're going to post that eventually, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Monday. It could be on Monday, actually, because I think they want to give the people the weekend to watch the finale. So we'll get all the updates. This cast is so active on social media. They will all be doing podcasts. I might interview a couple more, so stay tuned. Subscribe before you go. But I do think by next week, everybody will reveal who's with who's not with who, what happened. Like, this cast will not hold back with all of the updates. So I can't wait to find out, like, whose relationships ended and why. And I'm happy for AD and Ollie. I do think that Justine, I trust her. Like, she did have, like, a solid point, but hopefully AD and Ollie, they moved past all their things. She is sticking by her man, and, you know, they're about to have a baby any day. So that is, like, so exciting for them. They should have won the show, right? They literally should have won. AD and Ollie should have won. Even though we all would have been like, spoiler, they should have won. So I don't know if there was, like, a rig in the system, because something just seems off to me. Like, why did people vote for Lucy and Daniel? What? Okay, well, those are all my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching this video and tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below. Curious to hear what you guys think. Give this video a big thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.